Good evening, Silver Tubers. It is Mr. Zeke coming to you from the Silver Pouring Bench. Greetings and salutations. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Silver Pouring Bench on this Monday evening of what promises to be a very long week. But we're going to start it off right. We're going to start it off with a pour. I have a request for a pour like this, and it's going to be from a different material, but I wanted to do this pour. Some of you have seen an open face pour of this one. I wanted to do a closed face pour just to see how it would come out, because it's probably how I'm going to do the one that's on its way. You'll notice the pouring area is cleaned up. I try to maintain a clean area. It makes for a little bit easier pour. And it's easier to find things when everything is organized. I'd like to give a shout out to all those new pourers. You may find that it's tough at first, but I encourage you to persevere, because it was tough for everybody when they first started. Nobody started out easy. Everybody made mistakes. Everybody fumbled before they made the touchdown. So. And I'm not saying I'm anywhere near close to making the touchdown, but we all have to go through the ups and downs. I've been watching Silver Vessel pour, and man, it's amazing. He's growing leaps and bounds. He's in good company, though. I know he talks to Bernie, Silver to Burn, quite a bit, and he talks to several of the other pourers, and I think that's great that, you know, pourers are willing to impart their experiences and their knowledge and the lessons they've learned with other pourers who are up and coming. And so, man, I just feel like talking, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to go ahead and do this pour. I put about 3 ounces of silver in the crucible. It's probably too much. No, it's too much, but I like to get a nice full sprue here on the top. And so, what do you say we get to pouring? All right. I'll take your reticence to speak back to me as a yes. Let's get to pouring. So, we'll slowly... And that's a full sprue. Pour down the side of the rings into the graphite that I keep around the edges. Just for that reason, just to collect any overpour. There's that overpour. I can take that overpour now, throw it right back into the crucible, and pour it into something else here in just a second. First, we're going to crack this thing open, and we're going to see how this came out. I want to welcome Silver Saber back to the fold. She was gone for a while. It's nice to see her posting again. Let's crack this open and see what we got. The bottom should be relatively smooth. Oh, looks like it filled it up nicely. The real question is what's on the other side. I'm doing this while the significant other, the wifey, is gone, because she can't stand the stink of Delft clay. As it's smoking, as it's cooling. So I'm going to go ahead and dump this over here in the vat o' cool. Oh yeah, I know everybody heard that. And I think I'll just pour I don't know how much is left, so I'll just pour a bar. What's this one? Nope, that's just a block. I'll just pour a bar into this one to alleviate. I don't want to run the furnace for a long period of time, so I'll just pour the leftovers in this bar mold here while we're letting that other pour cool. Now I wasn't off the mark much. I think that's a 2-ounce bar mold, so, and that emptied the crucible. So I wasn't off too much. Let's that's a gnarly looking pour right there. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to turn the furnace down. This isn't going to be a real long video. I just wanted to test this out and see what it would look like if I poured it fully encapsulated versus an open face. Open face Delft clay pours can be a little bit difficult sometimes. You can end up with a little bit of bubbling on the back. And we all know how Mr. Zeke feels about sanding on his silver. So let's see if this piece is cooled off. I'll know instantly when I touch it. Alright. We got it. And not sure why, maybe it's the Delft clay, but that's what we ended up with on the front side. It's the man in the moon. The man in the moon is smiling 'cause he's in love. Old Harry Connick Jr. song. The man in the moon is smiling 'cause he's in love with the girl in the world. So we'll cut the sprue off, take that little nip right there off. We'll be back in a second with it cleaned up a little bit and see how she came out. Hang tight. And we're back. Now we're indoors, out of the heat a little bit, and I just took a little bit of soap and water to her, and that's how she came out. She hasn't been tumbled or anything, just a little bit of soap and water. It was Delft clay, but you can already see she'd shine up real nice if I threw her in the tumbler. That's the back side. You've got the contours and textures of the sand there. And I did this, I put this piece this side down, then put the top ring on, and then powdered the, with a sifter, I powdered the Delft clay on top till I got her completely covered, and then I pounded the rest of the Delft clay down. And so, let's see what she weighs. I'm kind of curious as to the weight. So, weight-wise, she is 1.65 ounces troy. She actually looks kind of cool on the scale like that, like she's part of the scale. That's kind of funny. And because you're seeing it kind of skewed at an angle, she's centered, but she's actually not. She's down further, so. And interestingly enough, I think she'd fit in, no, I don't think she'd fit in a $50 flip, but to give you a perspective, this is a $50 flip. Seal her up. There you go. Anyway. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Smiling Moon Sandcast Pour, 1.649 ounces troy. Just thought I'd bring you guys along for this little short pour. Appreciate everybody watching, and I look forward to catching up with you guys later. So cheers, everybody. Mr. Zeke coming to you from the Silver Pouring Bench.